Hello everyone. See, in today's lecture, we will see DEPT, depth carbon 13 NMR. Okay, before looking at this depth carbon 13 NMR, in previous lecture we have seen op resonance decoupling carbon 13 NMR. Okay, see, in previous lecture we have seen op resonance decoupling carbon 13 NMR. See, why I am remembering you regarding this op resonance decoupling carbon 13 NMR. Okay, seen that we have seen in op resonance decoupling carbon 13 NMR, this spectrum of resonance decoupling carbon 13 NMR spectrum gives a different types of carbon atom. Okay, it gives idea about the number of carbon atoms and different types of carbon atom, isn't it? So what op resonance decoupling carbon 13 NMR gives a idea about total number of carbon atom, and second point we can say nature, or we may say type of carbon atom, nature of each carbon atom, that means whether that carbon atom is primary, secondary, tertiary or quaternary, that we can identify from op resonance decoupling carbon 13 NMR. But if you remember this op resonance decoupling carbon 13 NMR, it's looking complicated NMR spectrum, complicated carbon 13 NMR spectrum. Why? Because there is what? Overlapping of multiplets, overlapping of peaks. Okay, if ethyl group, if isopropyl group, or we may say suppose a aliphatic chain of carbons, suppose butane and pentane, like that type of carbon. So there will be a what? Overlapping of all CH2 triplets, overlapping of CH2 triplet and methyl quartet. Okay, so that spectrum look like a complicated carbon 13 NMR spectrum. Okay, even though we are getting total number of carbon atoms and nature of each type of carbon atom very clearly, but that spectrum is not looking a reliable spectrum. Hence we have to move further, that is on depth. That chemists have moved further and they have find out the next version of recording carbon 13 NMR spectrum, and that is called depth, DEPT, depth. Okay, see, in this depth, we can say depth is more complicated, depth technique is more complicated than op resonance decoupling carbon 13 NMR technique. Depth is what? More complicated than op resonance decoupling carbon 13 NMR technique in the point of, see, I am repeating, depth is more complicated, but in the point of what? Recording, in the point of some physical instrumentation, in the point of mechanism. Okay, depth is more complicated, but in the point of interpretation of spectrum. Okay, suppose if we are recording op resonance decoupling carbon 13 NMR spectrum, and if we are recorded depth carbon 13 NMR spectrum of a same sample, then we will get more same information, that what it giving from this op resonance decoupling, same information we are getting from op resonance decoupling, that same information we will get from depth also, that is total number of carbon atoms and nature of each carbon atom. That means depth also gives same information, total number of carbon atoms and what is the nature of carbon atom, what is the nature of that carbon atom. This information depth will also give very clearly and more reliably than op resonance decoupling. Hence depth is having more advantage than op resonance decoupling. Okay, so now let us see what is the nature of each carbon atom means what? Nature of each carbon atom means what? Whether that carbon atom is methyl, okay, or whether that carbon atom is methylene, whether that carbon atom is methine, or whether that carbon atom is quaternary. Okay, so I will write here, this is what? methyl carbon, this is methylene carbon, this is what? Methine carbon, and this is quaternary carbon. So this is what the nature of each type of carbon atom. Okay, so op resonance is also giving same information, this information, and depth is also giving same information. But what I am saying, depth is more reliable and more easy for interpretation, okay, than op resonance. For interpretation of NMR spectrum, okay, depth is more easy than op resonance decoupling carbon 13 NMR technique. Okay, now see in the depth, what we have to do in the depth, we have to irradiate a sample, okay, we have to irradiate a sample of what we want to record, carbon 13, that is depth NMR for that sample. Okay, so we have to irradiate that sample with complex sequence of pulses. With what? Complex sequence of pulses through both H1 and carbon 13 channels. Okay, so at the time of recording depth experiment, we have to irradiate a sample with complex sequence of pulses through both H1 and carbon 13 channels. Okay, so what will happen? We will get a signal. We will get a signal, that is, we will get a spectrum based on how many, I can say directly, based on nature of carbon atom. We will get a signal based on nature of carbon atom. Okay, when we will irradiate a sample with complex sequence of pulses through both H1 and carbon 13 channel. Okay, at that time each carbon atom will behave slightly differently. And we will get a signal for each carbon atom. Depending upon the nature of carbon atoms. Okay, that means whether that carbon atom is methyl or methylene or methine or quaternary. So depending on that, we will get a different type of signal in depth experiment, isn't it? Now let us see one example of depth experiment. See, here we will see a carbon 13, depth NMR of isopentyl acetate. Depth NMR of isopentyl acetate. Okay, here we will see depth NMR of what? Isopentyl acetate. This is what? Isopentyl acetate. See, this is what? A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbon. Okay, so this group is called isopentyl group, and this is what? Acetate. So isopentyl acetate. So we have to see depth NMR of isopentyl acetate. So before that, I will number these carbons. Okay, so will you confirm it? How many different types of carbon atom in this structure? See, 1, 1. Both these methyl are in same chemical environment, so that will be a one type of carbon atom. This will be a second type of carbon atom. This will be a third type of carbon atom. This will be a fourth type of carbon atom. This will be a fifth type of carbon atom, and this will be a sixth type of carbon atom. So there are 6 different types of carbon atom in isopentyl acetate. How many different types of carbon atom in isopentyl acetate? 6 different types of carbon atom in isopentyl acetate. Now see, before looking depth experiment, depth NMR of this isopentyl acetate, we will see carbon 13 broadband decoupled, carbon 13 broadband decoupled NMR of isopentyl acetate. So in broadband decoupled carbon 13 NMR of isopentyl acetate, we will see 6 signal. Okay, we will see 6 signal as a singlets. All these 6 signal will be what? Singlets. Okay, so see, this is the signal number 1, signal number 2, signal number 3, signal number 4, 5 and 6. Okay, so we are getting 6 signal as a singlet in broadband decoupled carbon 13 NMR of isopentyl acetate. See, it's broadband decoupled, that means proton are not going to couple with what? Carbon. Okay, proton are not going to couple with carbon, so we will get 6 signal as a singlet, as there are 6 different types of carbon atom in isopentyl acetate. Now see, you are worried about this signal. What is this triplet looking like a triplet signal? This signal which is at 77 delta, this signal is at 77 delta. It is look like a triplet, looking like a triplet, 1:1, that is intensity is what? 1:1:1. So this is the intensity for this CDCl3, that is this triplet. Okay, so this signal is for a solvent. Okay, this signal is for this triplet is for a solvent CDCl3. This CDCl3, we are recording this NMR in what? Which solvent? CDCl3. Hence we are getting this peak. So this CDCl3 will give peak at 77 delta as a triplet. As a what? Triplet. Okay, so we are having rest of the 6 signal as a singlet, and the peak which is at 77 delta, that is for CDCl3 solvent. Okay, so now our job is we have to assign all these signals. We have to assign all these signal for these carbon atoms. So this signal is for which carbon atom? 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 This is for which carbon atom? And this is for which carbon atom? This is what we have to assign. Okay, so by looking this broadband decoupled carbon 13 NMR, I just assign this signal very easily. I just assign this signal which is at 180 delta very easily. Why? Because I know carbonyl carbon of ester are coming around 180 delta, because carbonyl carbon of ester functionality, it is coming around 180 delta. Hence I will assign this signal is for carbonyl carbon, so it is for carbon number 5. It is for carbon number 5. I have just assigned this signal of this broadband decoupled carbon 13 NMR. Now my job is to assign, or our job is to assign rest of the signal also. So these signal are for which type of carbon atom? So it is little bit difficult, or it is little bit complicated to assign this signal of broadband decoupled carbon 13 NMR spectrum of isopentyl acetate. Okay, so they are coming closer to each other, hence that will be a little bit difficult to us. Okay, now we will take a help of depth experiment. We will take a help of depth experiment. So second last bottom spectrum, it is derived from a complicated sequence of pulse that is called depth 45. That is called depth 45. Okay, so second last bottom spectrum, okay, that is derived from a complicated sequence of pulse which is called depth 45. See, in this depth 45 experiment, we will see signals for only those carbon atom in, see, listen carefully, in depth 45 carbon 13 NMR spectrum, we will see signals only for those carbons that bears hydrogen. We will see signal for only those carbon that bears at least one hydrogen atom. Okay, at least any hydrogen atom. Okay, that means we will not see signal for quaternary carbon in depth 45. Okay, so we will not see signal for quaternary carbon in depth 45. So quaternary carbon Okay, quaternary carbon is not seen in depth 45. Quaternary carbon is not seen in depth 45. Okay, so this is the depth 45. Here we are getting signal only for what? The carbon which bears hydrogen. Okay, so that methyl carbon is having hydrogen, CH2 carbon it is also having hydrogen, and methane carbon which is also having hydrogen. So only for such type of carbon atom, that is CH, CH2 or CH3, only for such type of carbon atom we will get a signal in depth 45. So quaternary carbon will not give signal in depth 45, isn't it? So that what I have written here, quaternary carbon is not seen in depth 45. Rest of all the carbon we will see in depth 45. So see, this signal is not looking here. Okay, this signal is not looking here, isn't it? Rest of the all signals, see these 3 and these 2, 5, all 5 signals are looking here. CdCl3 is also not looking there. Okay, because deuterium is different nuclei than proton. Okay, so we are not worrying about here solvent, we are just worrying about our sample. Okay, so rest of the all signal are looking here, only this signal is not looking here. So we can easily point out that this signal is for quaternary carbon. This signal is for what? Quaternary carbon 5. Okay, so I have marked this signal as a 5. Okay, or by looking this depth 45 also we can mark it as 5. Okay, that is it for quaternary carbon. Now let's move further. Next trace is for depth 90. Next trace is for depth 90. Okay, it is also derived from a complicated sequence of pulse, that is depth 90. See these 45, 90, these are what? Or 135, these are what? Angles. Okay, these are what? The angles of carbon and hydrogen bonds. Okay, so or we may say the channels what we are irradiating the samples. So these are what the angles, depth 45, depth 90, depth 135. So we are not worrying about their names or how they came. Okay, how these come or how these peaks came. Okay, we are not going to in much more detail how these peaks come for depth 45, or why depth 45 giving these peaks, or why depth 90 is giving these peaks, and why depth 135 is giving so and so peaks. Okay, we are not worrying about this, or we are not going in detail in the mechanism of that. Okay, we are just interpreting. Our job of chemics is just what? To interpret this depth 45, depth 90 and depth 135. Okay, and we have to find out the what is the signal intensity for each of these carbon atom. Okay, in broadband decoupled carbon 13 NMR spectrum. So now let's move further. Depth 90. See, in depth 90 we are getting only one peak. Okay, we are getting here only one peak for this sample. So in depth 90 what we are getting? In depth 90 we are getting only methane carbon. Only methane carbon, that is CH, isn't it? Only methane carbon, that is CH, gives peak in depth 90. Okay, so only methane carbon, only methane, that means if sample are having 5 methane, 5 CH, then you will see 5 CH here. If sample is having 2 CH, 2 methane carbon, you will see 2 peaks in depth 90. And if sample is having only 1 CH, then you will see only 1 peak for that CH. So this sample is having how many CH? How many methane carbon? Only 1. So this is the peak for methane carbon CH. Okay, so this is the peak for methane carbon CH. So this is the peak for methane carbon CH, 2, carbon number 2. Okay, I have marked it as, or I have mark it by black marker. Okay, I have color it by black pen. Okay, so this is carbon number 2. This is also same at the same resonance, carbon number 2, and this is also carbon number 2. Okay, so this is the third peak from right hand side. So that is for carbon number 2, that is for methane carbon. That is for carbon number 2, that is for methane carbon. Okay, by looking this broadband decoupled carbon 13 NMR spectrum, we may not assign this carbon is for a methane carbon. That means this signal is for a methane carbon. But by looking this depth 90, we have easily pointed out that which carbon is a methane carbon, which carbon is a CH carbon, isn't it? So this is for carbon number 2. This is for carbon number 2, methane carbon, isn't it? Now see, so you have understood depth 90 is giving only methane carbon. Okay, peak for only or signal for only methane carbon. Now let us see next trace, that is topmost trace of depth, that is depth 135. That is what? Depth 135. See this depth 135, it is little bit more complicated than rest of the two techniques, that is depth 45 and depth 90. Depth 135 is little bit more complicated than rest of the two counterparts, that is depth 45 and depth 90. In terms of what? In terms of what? Appearance of signal. In terms of what? Appearance of signal. See, in depth 45 we are getting all signals are on the upside of baseline. In depth 45 and in depth 90 we are getting all signal are on upside or on top side of baseline. Okay, in depth 90 also we are getting all signal on top line or up line or upside of baseline. But in depth 135 we are getting two types of signal. We are getting what? Two types of signal. See, the signal which are below the baseline, the signal which are what? Below the baseline, they are called what? Negative signal. The signal which are below the baseline, they are called what? Negative signal, while the signal which are above the baseline, they are called positive signals. Okay, so these are positive signals and these are what? Negative signals. These are what? Negative signal. These signal are below the baseline, hence they are negative signal, and these signal are above the baseline, hence these are positive signal. Now question is which carbon will give positive signal and which carbon will give negative signal. Question is which carbon will give what? Positive signal and which carbon will give negative signal. Okay, this is the question. So see, in depth 135, the appearance of signal, that means the nature of signal, okay, or I may say the carbon, okay, the carbon which is having odd number of or I can say the carbon which bears odd number of protons, the carbon which bears odd number of protons, isn't it? See, the carbon which bears odd number of protons, that gives positive signals. The carbon which bears odd number of proton, that is 1 or 3 protons, that will give what? Positive signal. The carbon which bears odd number of proton, that is either 1 or 3, either 1 or 3, okay, that will give what? Positive signal. So this will give what? Positive signal. This will give what? Positive signal. Okay, so CH and CH3 will give what? Positive signal. CH and CH3 will give what? Positive signal. Now the carbon which bears even number of proton, the carbon which bears even number of proton, that is 2 protons, okay, which is this carbon? CH2. Which is this carbon? CH2. It will give what? It will give what? Negative signals. This carbon will give what? Negative signal. The carbon which bears what? Even number of protons, which will give negative signal. Okay, so which carbon will give negative signal? CH2 carbon. Okay, CH2 carbon will give what? Negative signal. Okay, one more thing I would like to tell you, in depth 135 we cannot see quaternary carbon. We cannot see quaternary carbon, or I may say quaternary carbon is absent in depth 45 also, in depth 90 also, and in depth 135 also. Okay, quaternary carbon is not seen in depth 45, depth 90 and depth 135. Is that clear? So we will get negative signal only for those carbon that bears 2 hydrogen. That means all the CH2 carbon will give negative signal. All the CH2 carbon will give what? Negative signal. So we can easily point out that these two signal are for CH2 of the structure. So how many CH2 are there? 2 CH2. How many CH2 are there in isopentyl acetate? 2 CH2. Okay. So we have to assign carbon number 3 and carbon number 4. We have to assign carbon number 3 and carbon number 4. So carbon number 3 and carbon number 4 we have to assign. So which is most de-shielded? This signal is most de-shielded, and this signal will be for what? The CH2 which is adjacent to electronegative oxygen atom. Okay, so this will be for carbon number 4, this will be for carbon number 3. Okay, as we have confirmed, as we have understood that depth 135, in depth 135 there are negative signal are for what? CH2 groups. So there are 2 CH2 groups, hence we are getting 2 negative signal. So which is these 2 signal for carbon number 3 and carbon number 4. Now I have to assign, or we have to assign, which is for 3 and which is for 4. That will be decided on structure. Okay, that will be decided on what? The basis of structure. So this CH2 will be decided on the basis of structure. This CH2 is more near to what? Electronegative element, that is oxygen, and this is towards this carbon. Okay, so this will be most de-shielded, hence we have assigned this as carbon number 4, and this CH2 is near to what? This carbon. So this will be what? Carbon number 3. So this is what? Most de-shielded carbon number 4, most de-shielded carbon number 2, and this is what? Least de-shielded, that is shielded. Okay, this is shielded as compared to this CH2, hence we have assigned this as carbon number 3. So we have assigned carbon number 5, we have assigned carbon number 4, we have assigned carbon number 3, and we have also assigned carbon number 2. Now only carbon number 1 and 6 are remaining to assign. Carbon number 1 and carbon number 6 are remaining to assign. So carbon number 1 is for methyl carbon, and carbon number 6 is also for methyl carbon. Okay, carbon number 1 is for 2 methyl carbon. So these 2 methyl carbon will give what? One signal as a singlet in broadband decoupled carbon 13 NMR spectrum, as both these carbon are in same chemical environment, and this will give what? One singlet. Okay, so our job is remaining to assign signal for this methyl carbon and signal for this methyl carbon, that is carbon number 1 and carbon number 6. Now if we see the line intensity of this signal and this signal, okay, these two signal are remaining here, isn't it? These two signal are remaining. Okay, rest of the all signal we have assigned, only these two signal are remaining. Okay, now if we see the line intensity of second signal, okay, of second number of signal is much more than the first signal. Okay, so this signal, these two will give one signal. Okay, and they are having total 6 number of proton. They are having total 6 number of protons. So Inouye effect, nuclear or Hausser effect, that is spin decoupling. Okay, that will be for more. Nuclear or Hausser effect is more for this methyl carbon. Okay, and it will have more intensity than this carbon. So we can take a help of this number of proton. Okay, we can assign these two signal. So this is for carbon number 1 and this is for carbon number 6. Okay, second signal is for carbon number 1 and first signal is for carbon number 6 by looking the intensity of line. Okay, so this is also for 6, this is also 1, this is 6, this is 1. Okay, so by taking a help of depth experiment, depth 45, depth 90, depth 135, we have easily assigned this broadband decoupled carbon 13 NMR spectrum. We have easily assigned each signal of broadband decoupled carbon-13 NMR spectrum. Okay, by taking a help of depth 45, depth 90, depth 135. Okay, see, I am just going through it. What is depth? In depth, we have to irradiate a sample. We have to irradiate a sample with what? Complex sequence of pulses through H1 and carbon-13 channels, through both H1 and carbon-13 channels. Now, depending upon the types of hydrogen atom, depending upon the nature of hydrogen atom, depending upon the nature of carbon atom, that is the types of hydrogen atom and the nature of carbon atom, we may observe different type of signal in depth 45, in depth 90 and depth 135. Okay, we will observe different type of signal that in depth 45, depth 90 and in depth 135, or I may say each carbon atom will behave slightly differently depending upon the nature of each carbon atom. Okay, now in depth 45, only quaternary carbon is not seen in all cases. Okay, in depth 45, in depth 90 and depth 135 also. Or here I can say in depth 45 all protonated carbon we can see, all protonated carbon, that is CH, CH2, CH3. Okay, CH, CH2, CH3, that is methine, methylene and methyl carbon. All such type of carbon atom we can see, that means the peaks for all such type of carbon atom we can see in depth 45. While in depth 90 we can see peaks only for a carbon atom which is having one hydrogen. Okay, so in depth 90 we can see peak only for methine carbon atom. Okay, we will see peak for only for methine carbon. While in depth 135 we can see peak for all the carbons. Okay, except quaternary carbon, in two phases. But in what? Two phases. The carbon which bears odd number of hydrogen, the carbon which bears odd number of proton, that is CH and CH3, will give positive peaks. Okay, while the carbon which bears even number of protons, that is CH2 carbon, will give negative peak. So this is what depth 45, depth 90 and depth 135. I hope you have understood very well these three techniques, that is depth 35, depth 90 and depth 135 in much more detail. Okay, thank you very much. Wish you happy learning. Thank you.